Hello, everyone. Cryptid, the spookiest show on OSP or C. I can never keep track of it, but you know who can? The himself, namesake of this themed episode, the New Jersey Devil, Cal.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Jersey.
Excited to talk about the Jersey Devil.
He's a
So
fan,
excited.
if you couldn't tell. Also joining us this week is Justin. You may know him from the Digital and Dice podcast, as well as the voice of Literal Torture on that channel. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. And hello, OS peeps.
So, Justin, like any good informant, a bunch of information on the New Jersey Devil, and it didn't seem right not to include him. So, we're going to get into the thick of it.
And Justin isn't his real name, just to be clear.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I'm not afraid.
he has a real name. What we're trying to do is we're trying to throw the guys who are after us on a false path. So you can find all of Digital and Dice's address information on their website. No, anyway. So Cal, what do we got up first? I know we have some segments today.
So I know we always have to wish our followers a happy birthday. So we have to go back to our birthday segment, and we want to wish a very happy, legendary birthday to Manoj, whose birthday is today. So happy birthday to Manoj. And also to my cousin Raji, whose birthday was 2 days ago. So both of you have a legendary birthday, and we're glad you guys support us, and we'll hope to see you soon.
Yes. Congratulations. Have a great year, and hopefully you'll see something spooky along the way. So,
Another revolution around the sun.
So we're going to start off with my favorite segment, going back into the thick of it, Tor, the lore. Look at that cracking, so cute. I want a little crack.
It just wants hugs.
So this is where we go into the history of the myth itself.
And Justin, would you want to take the lead on this?
Sure, I can do that. So the Jersey Devil has its origins way back in 1735. It was actually originally known as the LEEDS Devil, which was named after one Daniel and Titan Leeds. They were publishers of an almanac that ran concurrent with Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard's Almanac, and had a lot of trouble with the local Quaker community in New Jersey. So the story goes, and I don't know how far you want me to take this.
Go as far as you'd like.
The story goes that the mother Leeds had 12 children, and learning that she was pregnant for the 13th time, she audibly cursed her child and said, let the 13th be a devil. So when she had her child, it was born in a local birthing house where two midwives were present, as well as her family and her extended family. It was born looking normal, and within moments, according to legend, changed to be a hooven creature with bird-like legs, scales, the horse's head, and dragon wings. Proceeded to potentially kill a midwife and fly out the chimney.
Yeah, and it's funny. I remember the first time I heard about the New Jersey Devil. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but there was this new channel on cable that was like Fox Family, and then it got bought out and became ABC Family. But back in that day, they did a show that was like the 13 spooky days of Halloween. And they had a show where they went to these locations, and they went to the original, where they said the original foundation. The chimney is still intact there, if that is the actual place. So I always thought that was cool. Cal, what did you dig up in your research?
Yeah, so basically it's a lot of what Justin said, but some details I found, like he sent us a lot of information, so we got to thank Justin for that. I was looking through a lot of that stuff, and some of the stuff I found, in addition to what he said, was, like he said, there was Mother Lee's 13th child that was born in the mid-1730s, so around 18th century Pine Barrens, in a colony that was first known as Nova Caesarea, which is a Quaker settlement, like he said. It was born with horse-like head and bat-like wings, but there were two differing accounts. So from what I found, so like one account was what he said was it came out normal and then it metamorphosized right in front of her eyes. Another one said it came out with the wings and a horse-like head. But there's two different accounts, and then one said it just flew out of the chimney right away. Another one said it killed the midwives and the family. and then flew out. So there are some differing accounts. What is interesting about this is that the Leeds family crest is emblazoned with a wyvern, and a wyvern is like a dragon-like creature with bat-like wings. And it's also said that the Jersey Devil can breathe fire or poison water with its breath. So those are a few more details that we saw that I found in my research.
Kimber in the chat just said that Danny's baby was the Westeros Devil.
The Rhaego.
That's a little too soon. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up all the knowledge I have about the creature. I know later on there's like mass sightings of the creature, which is always interesting whenever there's multiple accounts. I know we have a bunch of clippings.
So do you want me to go to clippings or the pictures first? I don't know which one you want me to do first.
Whatever you want to go through.
All right, so here's the first picture you sent me.
Well, this is what I was about to. This was supposedly 1909. There was like a ghost kangaroo that is also attributed to being the New Jersey Devil or another devil in New Jersey. I know information on this, Justin. Is there anything I'm missing?
So the thing about the Jersey Devil is it's been cited so many times in documented sightings that in the flap of 1909, the leading description was of a kangaroo dragon. So if you think about it, around that time, you're talking about the days of traveling circus. A kangaroo would be a strange animal that not many people would have seen, perhaps, in that region. So it definitely matches the weird. When talking about descriptions of the creature, a lot of times what you hear is kind of a confluence between the Jersey Devil and the Mothman, which I know I heard recently, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense. The Jersey Devil doesn't have red glowing eyes, though. He's always been described as having kind of a phosphorescent yellow or orange glow to his vision, his gaze. He's also accompanied by a kind of hissing screech, or the sound of a record scratching, which has been an interesting point.
Yeah, and I like that correlation between the Mothman and New Jersey Devil, because we were just talking about it. There is a brick of period where New Jersey Devil sighting, New Jersey Devil sighting, New Jersey Devil sighting, nothing, and then they pick back up again. And then during this gap of time is when the Mothman stuff was going on in Point Pleasant.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and we're not going to even get into the Ingrid Colt stuff because that's a whole another animal, but it is interesting that these sightings kind of match up in a timeline. But like Justin said, there are differing things from the stories.
Right. And also, I also did see stuff about different versions of the Jersey Devil too, because the Native Americans had something like that too, and I can't remember what they called it. It had some certain name, but it was like from the Popopongo or something. I can't even pronounce it, but it was something like that. Looking into one of the articles Justin did send, but the most famous one that we're talking about today is the Leeds Devil. So there was another version of it in the stuff that he sent us. Yes. Also, Tom Zambino is giving a shout out to Justin. Good to see you, a new face on this. So sweet beard as well.
Thank you. Spent a lot of time on it. Did you guys in your research come across the sightings from Joseph Bonaparte?
No.
The name's familiar. I kind of didn't listen to the names. I kind of just read the sightings.
That's fine. So a cool thing about this is Joseph Bonaparte was the big brother to Napoleon and came over to the States after being relieved of his throne as the King of Spain. He came to the States after stealing the Spanish crown jewels and lived on them for a number of years. But on his estate in New Jersey, he saw the Jersey Devil and proceeded to attempt to hunt it 4 times throughout his life there. Before giving up, he wanted to mount and stuff it on his wall, as he was oftentimes referred to as a weak man. So he figured this would be his redeeming factor.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard about the Jersey Devil. That's awesome. I didn't come across that at all. Was his property? I don't know if there's a way to know, but was his property near the Pine Barrens? For anyone who doesn't know, Pine Barrens is a large region of woods in Jersey.
I believe it's up near Camden,
Yeah, that's right where Pine Barrens are. So
Oh wow.
relatively close, I should say. On the way to Philly, like we did drive near past the exits of the Pine Barrens, so that was pretty cool. In the chat, we're actually having Billy saying he's learning a lot from this, so it's very informational. He's loving how this episode is going so far. And Kimber says if it was Napoleon's brother, he probably wasn't that big.
Maybe he got all the good genes.
Because he said he was his big brother.
Wait, is that an
Yeah, we
agent
got
that we hear in the distance?
It's a.
They're tapping
All
into
right.
lines.
So, did you want to pull up any
I have
of those
some
other?
more. Yeah, here's another one.
So to the left there, you got the original depiction. Not very awe-inspiring. The middle dude is kind of a caricature. It kind of looks like the early design for the New Jersey Devils mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that smile. It's the same smile. And then we get a more kind of like updated depiction from the Philadelphia Record. But this is a hoax story, which cryptids, people try to take advantage of us truth seekers. I know there's even an ad we have on here. We'll get to that later, but here's some more. Like, I mean, we get like UFO stories and sometimes on the news, but like this was like trending stories in the papers in New Jersey. It's very interesting how so many people.
So during the flap in 1909, while we're still kind of in that period, the number of newspaper reporting, and I unfortunately wasn't able to locate any of the articles, but the amount of reportage that it received was phenomenal for the time. And the number of police forces that responded, I think it was 5 from local jurisdictions, actually took shots at what they believed to have seen, is kind of impressive when you talk about cryptids in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anytime there's a mass, like even in like Victorian cryptids, you have like, and there's so many like different accounts of him existing. So I love and the Sandman. I can't remember exactly what his title is, but there's like everyone just like started like falling asleep and they like blamed it on this like weird dude in a gas mask running around.
Oh, the
gas leak. Yeah, I can't remember, but we got to do that one of these episodes. Mass hysteria is always very interesting.
The Mad Gasser of some town name. I almost had it.
Yeah,
I do know what you're talking about.
It is Mad Gasser. I think he was the influence for the DC Sandman character.
I could believe it. That actually happened around World War I. It was believed initially he was a German spy.
Yeah, it's oh man, I like. We think we put like we make up all these like backstories for things now, like having like telephone more and more like little bits of information to just make it like insane. I love it. So Cal, do we have that that listing for the it's like a circus listing, 10-cent entry to see the Jersey Devil?
Let me take a look.
Or did that not get to you?
10-cent list.
It's like a long. It's like this. It's very.
I got it right
narrow.
here. Give me a second. This one.
Oh, the broadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually a real cool story. I'm not sure if it belongs in this particular portion of the show, though. It gets a little interesting. I'll just go for it. So this guy, this flyer in particular, it was a roadside attraction. He had a museum in his basement of oddities, and he would charge you 10 cents, 15 cents to go in and see the thing. And what he did was he rented a kangaroo, and he painted it green and stripy. First time he did it, the kangaroo got sick and nearly died. The second time he got it to the point where he used a paint that the kangaroo would allow to be, stuck to it. Kind of slathered him with some glue, added some scales, made kind of copper wings for it, and set it up in his basement and charged admission. He hired, I think it was 15 or 30 local carnies, basically, so roustabouts, the people who set up your tents, to dress as farmers and capture the beast. What's that?
No, never mind. It's an Austin Powers joke. Go ahead. It smelled like cabbage in a small hand.
That's
So
sad.
it was a good moment of opportunity for him to turn a profit. And I forget his name.
Yeah, and by anything, that sounds more like the 1909 sighting LEEDS depiction. So that's interesting. So yeah, it was a very. I mean, it's still very it's a popular idea now. We'll go later into the pop culture influence, but then it was a very relevant story, and people took it seriously. Maybe they still should. I really want to go to the Pine Barrens sometime.
No, I'm with you on that. I'd go and spend a couple of days and see what I could see. There's plenty of weird stuff in the Pine Barrens other than just the devil as well. Blue holes, so really deep pools of water. There's the alleged escapees from Fort Dix, which is a national biochemical warfare center. There's Ong's Hat, which is a former cult town, supposedly raided by the government in secret. Just a whole bunch of stuff goes on in the Pine Barrens.
It's really interesting. We have our friend in the chat, Matt, who's a local friend here. He says he's been LARPing in the Pine Barrens. So he didn't see anything though because he said meh. I'm assuming. All right. Well, so like we were just talking, there plenty of people have hoaxed the Jersey Devil. So now's the time to look at some footage and see whether or not it's real, or maybe who knows.
So do we believe it or not? Who knows?
We haven't gotten a cease and desist from Ripley yet, so I think it's fine. So Cal gathered up some videos. I had to clip them a little bit, but
you ready for the first one?
They're not great. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. There's one of the biggest problems I have with the New Jersey Devil's anatomy. So we're seeing this thing. Looks like a cherub with like wearing a horse face, like mask. Hey Dub, how's it going?
Hey Dub. So for this, it looks like it was perfectly framed. If we're getting to how we feel about this video already, it feels like it was perfectly framed and it just came into the frame for a second, and like he tried to follow it, but he couldn't really make a big effort and let it fall off the screen. And like you said, it looked way too disingenuous to be anything. Like I don't know if I'm buying that one.
Also, light didn't seem to hit it and move at all. It seemed very static. I don't know. It's very hard to like if R. Martin's dragons. They don't have 4 appendages and then wings because nothing in the animal kingdom does. So I kind of like if it like there's one video that, although I'm not a huge fan of it, more sense anatomy wise. So that's what I have a problem with most sightings. But we got another one.
Well, yeah. For that one, what do we say? I think I'm out on that one.
Oh yeah, it's very. What do you? I'm against it. What do you think?
Justin, what do you think?
Wingspan wasn't large enough for the size of that thing. It's fake.
So you're out on it too? Okay, going to the next video now. This one I like more.
Yep.
So this is taken on a FLIR thermal imager, and it's on a pretty reputable, coming from a pretty reputable source. And I don't know, I kind of like this. You can't really tell what it is, but it looks pretty good. And for me, I feel it looks pretty good.
Okay. I think what we're seeing on its shoulders is something else behind it. It looks like a deer with another deer behind it. I don't know if I'd like to see some thermal imagery of bats' wings. Yeah, because exactly. It's weird that it's not as warm as the main body because there's definitely blood and veins and.
I feel less blood would flow to the wings though.
I don't know. Really? Because
What do you
it's like
think?
I don't know. What do you?
I'm always hesitant about FLIR images I don't see the lead into. I see a weird lit spot. I don't see the flight in or out, and it's kind of a short clip, so it's strange.
Well, I will say, in all fairness, I clipped this down to about 30 seconds, just for names, because I don't want to completely rip. This is from Destination Truth.
Not Destination Truth, but a show kind of like it.
Cal. Other thing too is I don't know how much I believe it being on a reality-esque investigation show, which I know this is what this is, but
I mean, for me, I feel like this is more believable than
like
anything else we have for this week. I feel this is more believable than anything else we have for this week, in my opinion. So I'm going to say I believe it for this one.
Okay, I agree with you. On this is the best one we have.
So do you believe it? Who knows? Or are you out?
I'll give it a who knows, just for a little bit of speculation.
What do you think, Justin?
I'm gonna go with who knows because it's an unidentifiable blob.
Okay. Oh yeah. But actually, this video itself was like 45 minutes long because there's the entire episode of the show. So Tom cut it down to just this is the only part they actually found something, I think. So, all right. So going to the next video now.
This one's a little rougher to make out.
Yeah, this one was really tough to see. It actually took the person to outline it.
Which I cut out because I didn't make that work. So.
So there it is, the shape of what he thinks he sees. I thought maybe it might be a tree until I saw him like outline it at the end of the end of the clip. To me, I don't know what it could just be a giant bird, but I think for me, I think it's like a tree or something.
I think it's a herring.
A herring, yeah.
Not a red herring. I think it's an actual bird.
Yeah, I think it's a large bird too, as well. What do you think, Justin?
I think it's a void space in the trees. It's just a break in the foliage.
So I think I'm out on that one.
Yeah, I think we all agree that or not.
Or not, yeah. Okay, one last video to go to. This one is like straight out of Game of Thrones or like an old school dinosaur movie.
It's too convenient.
This is like Drogon right here, like a smaller Drogon.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I believe it a little bit more just because it seems like Justin was saying before with the wingspan, this seems a little bit more plausible that would actually carry the weight. But it's a very convenient that it's in a very clear spot. It's not very.
It's just giving you a really good look at it.
Yeah, it's not even doing anything. It's just standing there like flapping its wings, like just showing you, here's what I can do, kind of thing. And CG costs too much otherwise, so I can't do anything else like fly away or have a dire wolf in the scene because that would cost too much. So I think I'm out on that one.
Not enough budget.
What do you think, Justin? Fake?
I'm out. It's a solid 95 out of 100 points on your film school project.
Yeah, and I think there's obviously some effects being used because, like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's shaky cam." Now people can. I don't know if everyone watches Captain Disillusion on YouTube, but it's a lot of fun if you like see how to the debunk hoax videos. And now there's like a thing where you can just add shaky cam to a static image. So I don't even know what to trust anymore. But so that's the footage. Nothing too convincing that we could find yet. But that's what the Pine Barrens is, a very dense forest. So
right, I'm thinking for a future episode, maybe we could all get together and go search the Pine Barrens and do like okay, I guess we can't do it live, but we could actually record a bunch of stuff and then bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, Ragnarok, Roanoke. American Horror Story Roanoke has kind of made me a little iffy on going into the woods and doing stuff lately.
Oh, I'd go with you.
That's true, but we have a big enough family that we could just bring everybody. I think we'll be okay, possibly. I don't know. We don't have to stay there. We could just
30 people dead in New Jersey.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
This does kind of remind me. There was one person that shot a cannon at the Jersey Devil, hit the thing, and did nothing to it.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
He had his very own arms production facility in the Pine Barrens, and upon his arrival, saw a thing flying in the distance, and at an expert display of gunnery, fired his primitive cannon at it, struck it with a solid cannonball, and did nothing at all.
Yeah, and now those ammunition depots are also not only weird places within the Pine Barrens, if I'm correct, but also speculated to be like hideouts for the New Jersey Devil.
Again, similar to the Mothman. The Mothman was sighted initially in a TNT factory.
Right. I hope I'm not mixing up my back lore, but it could be.
In the chat, Billy saying that they did a found footage movie before Blair Witch long ago for the hunt for the Jersey Devil, and it was called The Last Broadcast. So I kind of want to check that out.
Yeah,
I saw that. I didn't have time to watch it.
Which is actually a good segue.
Yes, it is. To
our next. Thank you, Billy.
How's the New Jersey depicted? How is the New Jersey Devil depicted today? We're going to talk about it in Featured Creatures, where we asked the internet, where did you either first come across the New Jersey Devil in pop culture, or what's your favorite depiction? We got a bunch of responses.
So I really only had one, and I think Justin did take it, but it's going to come up in a little while. But you can go with the first one. I'll put it up on screen, and Tom, you can read off the first one.
Oh, all right. Well, Chewbacca Defense said a movie called The Barrens with Bill from True Blood. That's the guy who goes, Suki! And, and it was pretty crappy, but he is writing a kids movie about it, so that could be interesting. Who knows?
The next one we have is both from Candace and Clint, and they said that it was in an episode of the X-Files. So that kind of just looks like a little witch there, but I don't really. I guess that's supposed to be Mother Leeds, maybe. I don't know, but
No, did you see the episode?
No, I don't know. I only saw a few episodes that I saw back early on.
They're just wild. They're just wild people living in the Pine Barrens. It's very disappointing.
Pineys. They're just pineys.
I think the next one is Justin. So if he wants to read his own.
Oh no, that's actually my co-host Mark's. But I've got another one for you. There was a game dedicated to the Jersey Devil on the original PlayStation, titled Jersey Devil. It was a 3D platformer developed by a company called Behavior Interactive. I didn't play it myself.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I totally forgot it. I've heard about you. I totally forgot about it. But so, Cal, I know this is the main reason we're doing this.
Yeah, this is my near and dear to my heart. My favorite sports team in all sports, the New Jersey Devils, which the team is named after, obviously, the Jersey Devils. So, as you see, I'm also wearing the New Jersey Devils jersey. And their season opens on Saturday against the Colorado Avalanche at home. So, they're coming fresh off the first overall draft pick. Let's hope they have a great season. But, yeah, so this is the mascot for the Jersey Devil. New Jersey Devils is just called the Jersey Devil. And that's about it. He's a very friendly guy. He's really sweet and nice and all that. He tweets a lot, so you can check out his Twitter at NJDevil00.
Did he tweet with his gloves on? Okay, so if you've played Wolf Among Us or if you've read the comic Wolf Among Us, this is a really cool depiction of the Jersey Devil. He does look a little bit more like the depiction of a Wendigo, which if you're not familiar with, go back and check our last episode. We talked about it. But I love how it's like flesh into muscle onto bone. I think it's done really well. Even though the counterpart, his regular part, is just a jerk from New Jersey. So that's interesting. But that was Kimber's suggestion. But we saw that on Geeks and My Nerds playthrough of Wolf Among Us.
Another one of Kimber.
Another one from Kimber. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just How to Win Friends and Influence Monsters. It's from Supernatural.
Which I don't really remember. Did we even see the Jersey Devil in that, or is that like a
episode?
But I,
old one.
I don't remember it that well. Because I couldn't find an image of the monster, so I'm wondering if it was some other shady stuff going on.
Maybe they were looking for it, but they just didn't find it, and they were just found something else supernatural. I don't know.
Possible. Like that's why they showed up there, and then something else happened. On the chat, if you do. Where's Raul when you need him?
Oh, we got another. Elise says she likes your beard too. It's an epic beard. So there's a second one for the beard today, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we got one last.
I work hard on it by doing nothing to it.
One last feature creature. From Ashley.
From Superfan Ashley. She says that there's an episode of Comic Book Man where they go hunting for it, which I hadn't seen in the ether. She seems to remember it. But yeah, that's everyone's submissions. I don't think I'm forgetting any.
Yeah, I think that was it for submissions. I don't think I have any more for that either.
Okay, so what do we got up next, Cal? I forgot.
Well, so as we know, every week we do our well, we talk about what we're going to talk about next week. So next week's episode is going to be about the Djinn, right? So that's what the Wheel Weird stopped on. So again, we had to go back to the Wheel Weird and what we're talking about in 2 weeks. So here we go. This is our nice graphic that Tom designed, and I will be spinning the Wheel of Weird now.
Chupacabra.
So it's stopped on Chupacabra, and as you know, right next to the Chupacabra is Area 51. That was just added from the poll because we chose Djinn last week. Djinn was removed. So now this week, since Chupacabra won, and we can talk about it in 2 weeks, it will be removed, and the winner of the poll that's currently going on my Twitter will be replacing Chupacabra. So please check that out and vote if you haven't voted already. And we always welcome your suggestions too. So once again, Chupacabra in 2 weeks.
The goat sucker.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Cal, we're about 40 minutes in. Did you want to see if anybody's interested in popping in and weighing in on the Jersey Devil?
Oh, yeah. Please let us know in the chat if you want to call. I think maybe Billy might have want to call in, as I saw, and Tom Zambino as well. I know Randall's in here. Elise is in here. Kimber's in here.
Everyone's showing up.
And Geraldine. Let us know if any of you want to call. Let us know in the chat, and we'll send you guys an invite. Also, Tom, do you want to tell them about, or do you want me to tell them about, since you're probably dialing up numbers now? Billy's calling. Do you want me to tell them about the special episode we're doing?
Oh, yeah. Tell them about the spooky episode.
Okay, so as you guys know, Halloween's coming. That's a big holiday in October. And we were talking about, like, what can we attribute to, like, Halloween? Most likely ghosts, right? So we want to hear your tales, your ghost stories. So we're going to have an special episode on November 1st, where it's not going to really be any myth behind it and all that. We're going to do an episode later about the ghost myth behind certain specific ghosts. But we want to hear your ghost stories. So we're going to have basically a call-in episode. So everyone who has a story, please get that ready. Contact us so we can get a little backstory of your story, and we can get up a queue and have you guys call in and talk about your ghost stories live on air. So that's going to be a special Halloween episode on November 1st.
Oh, I've got one for you.
So, yes, I'm sure Justin will be calling in for that, too.
Billy just tried to call me on my phone somehow, so let me try again.
All right, so no Tom, but Billy's calling, and also there's a trauma movie about Chupacabra. And Randall says he has 2 ghost stories. So we had a good lineup going. I know Kimber has several. You yourself you have several. I have a few. Justin just said he had. So we have a lot of people lined up for this ghost episode. It should be exciting. Kimber says she has many ghost stories. So it's going to be a spooky Halloween. Maybe we'll be in costumes. Maybe not. Maybe this is our costume. We're not really our people. Remember that.
Don't make me remove my face.
Or holograms. I'm trying to find... Hangouts has been weird lately. It's not pulling up emails anymore. So, Billy, I need your contact information. I know it's been a while since I've had to do that, despite you being...
a dedicated caller for pretty much every thing. You
still showed up.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know.
A call from the chat. That would be really convenient. Right? Just click the person on the chat and call. Google. Just take my idea. I don't even want money for it. Maybe. But, okay. So while I'm figuring this out.
So, yeah, we're trying to call Billy right now. And remember, once again, next week is the Djinn. Then the week after that is Chupacabra, and the poll is currently going. So check out my Twitter at VeronJDejaVu to fill out to pick what you want to see. I think the choices are fairies, unicorns, mermaids, and Stonehenge, and the other thing. So like stone structures and circles. Right now, currently, I think fairies is in the lead. So that if that wins, that will be added to the Wheel of Weird to replace Chupacabra, and then we will get a new poll going on after that for the week after.
Hello, tiny person in a phone.
So, Billy, I need your email, buddy. I can't call you for some reason. It's just going to my phone.
I'll type in the chat.
But
yeah, he's now he acknowledged it in the chat, so I think he's gonna send it to you.
okay. Let's go with those glasses.
Oh, so Tom Zambino's like, how about an episode about witchcraft, witches and witchcraft? Well, when you see the poll, Tom, as you know, you could suggest things in the reply. So comment in the reply, and we'll take those suggestions and add them to the future polls. So I know Billy suggested mermaids is on there, Geraldine, right now. So go ahead and vote. It's on my Twitter, Geraldine. So if you go to my Twitter, mermaids is currently on there. Yeah, so Tom Zambino suggested witches and witchcraft. I know Billy suggested lycanthropes and vampires.
Maybe specific cases of witches, because I know there's plenty of people who study witchcraft and take it very seriously. So I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, so
but I think specific cases, like if we talked about like a myth of a witch.
Right. So give us. Oh yeah, and Billy also suggested Banshee. So yeah, Billy gave a few good suggestions that you'll probably see on the next poll. We might just do all 4 new things because I got a lot of suggestions. So we'll got some ones. And now I think Billy's calling in. Hey, Billy.
Finally, hello.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going, guys? And I will be the 3rd person tonight to tell Justin that his beard is awesome because it is.
Thank you.
As is Tom and Cal's.
Oh, thank you. That's a requirement for this show. So you just barely made it onto the show with that goatee.
Come on, man.
I'm just kidding. We love having you on, Billy.
Yeah. But anyway, let's talk Jersey Devil. So I did mention a movie called The Last Broadcast, and I did some research into it, and it was just these guys that were looking for the Jersey Devil, and it's a pretty creepy movie. But that was just for the portrayals. I learned also about Joseph Bonaparte. I had no idea that Napoleon even had an older brother.
Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, and I found it has actually a number of nicknames, including the Hoodle Doodle Bird, the Wazzle Bug, and the Leeds Devil. I'm not making that up. Those are all real names.
I can vouch for that. I did hear the Hoodle Doodle Bird.
That was the strangest. But yeah, I think. I mean, I'm actually gonna go. There's a Jersey Devil because there's something weird that goes on in those woods, man. I mean, just all the stories and stuff. I mean, some of them are obviously made up, but it can't be all of them. I mean, there's too many to really
Discount all of it, yeah.
Did you?
What was that, Cal?
I was gonna ask. Did you believe in any of the? Do you buy any of those the clips that you saw from the 4 clips you saw? Did you buy any of those?
Maybe the first one. The second one looks like Kermit the Frog, or it looks like a super colorful version of Nessie, who I hope we get to.
That's on the Wheel of Weird currently. Just hasn't been landed on.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Nessie.
And I know Elise has a good picture of Nessie, so we'll get to that if we get to the Nessie episode.
Yeah, but yeah, I really liked Jersey Devil this week. Doing research for it has been very fun, and yeah, the basic conclusion I can come up with is, sure, I'm gonna say yes. There's a Jersey Devil. I might lose all credibility. I don't care. I look like a hipster right now, so yeah.
Any feature creatures for you? Like I know because you usually tweet in about where you've seen it in pop culture. So have you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Wolf Among Us. I said the last broadcast. I don't remember that Supernatural episode. Oddly enough, you would think you would remember something like the Jersey Devil and that. And it's okay hockey team. Honestly, it's okay.
The best.
It's okay. But let's get real here. No. Also, the look of the mascot is like that classic devil that we all think of, like the red skin and everything. And I really found it fascinating. This was a good topic for this week, and I'm just glad I could call in and give my 2 cents, as weird and crazy as it is.
Yeah, it's really cool that you did the research for it. So we thank you for that. You came in like strong.
Yeah, we encourage everyone when we pick a topic, like go look around, weigh in on the conversation. It's definitely fun to like go and explore the lore, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, learning is not as boring as you think it is. When you find something interesting, the rest will just come naturally. It's really fun to do.
Well, where can people find you, Billy?
You can find me at bbusterbill on Twitter. That is where I spend most of my time on social media. And you can just send me a tweet. You can talk about pretty much almost anything, and I will hit back. And yeah, I'm a big supporter of this channel, and I'm a little out of it right now, so bear with me.
No problem.
Yeah, you did a great job, Billy, man.
Yeah, I haven't had much sleep, but I had to call in and just say you guys are doing great. And yeah, just hit me up on Twitter. I love talking with people, especially new people. I encourage any new people who I don't usually talk to just send me a tweet. I'll do the best I can to respond.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Watch. I think TJ wants to call in next.
Yep, and thanks again to Billy and everyone else who dedicated their time to help us with our channel trailer. It's very moving, and we appreciate it. That includes you, Cal.
Thank you. Yeah, it's on Ache Panel, the Astro Channel website as well. Ache Panel tweeted it, so and I'm sure we all retweeted it as well. So check that out.
I'm still new to the whole Twitter thing, so you'll have to forgive my early in the week flubs on dropping tags and misspelling things.
No problem. While we're waiting to get TJ in here, did you want to tell people where they can find you, Justin?
Oh, sure. You can find me on Twitter at JthuluPhoto. You can find Digital and Dice also on Twitter at Digital and Dice. Just about anywhere there's a social media presence, we're on it. YouTube especially. We talk about video games, geek, nerd culture, just about everything that could be considered strange, backroom, or dealing with dice and controllers. We also do a wonderful thing called Literal Torture, where we read horrible fan fiction to a playthrough of a game. It hurts all of us. We encourage you to come be hurt with us, or laugh at us, or whatever.
It's a lot of fun. And you guys are putting out a lot of content this month with Halloween coming out, so that's really
the
cool.
best month of the year.
And we completely agree. I don't know, Cal, what's your stance on October?
It's probably my second favorite month.
No.
Why? What's your favorite month?
December, duh. Winter's coming.
Lame.
Everything good is in December. Snow, man.
Oh, you see, we don't get much snow over here. When we do, it's
so nice.
like a snowpocalypse. And then it goes.
Snow.
I remember an episode of I think it was Ache Panel a few like last year. I was like hoping for the snowpocalypse. Remember that? And it didn't snow as badly for us, but it was pretty bad for you guys up there for Tom and Kimber. But, I pray for snow, man, all the time. Hey TJ, what's going on, buddy?
Yo, what's up, guys?
How's it going? Do you have anything to weigh in on?
Yeah,
New Jersey Devil?
Indeed. I used to camp in the Pine Barrens growing up nonstop. Back in like Apple Pie Hill and Walworth Park, I believe is the name. It's been a while since I've been out there, but this lure I grew up with like since I couldn't even tell you. But my uncle, my dad, they would use it to scare us. The one sketch you guys showed, it was the middle picture, which is like the Jersey Devil, kind of looking like almost leprechaunish. He said he like sketched that because he saw like they used it a lot against us, just messing around. But grew up reading it a lot, and like you mentioned the Barrens, and there's even worse movie called 13th Child. I think came out in like 1996, but they really went like full overboard Jersey Devil with that one.
I've seen it. I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. Yeah,
it's on Sci-Fi Channel.
So did you have any weird experiences out there in the pines?
Yeah, have you camped out there and seen anything?
No, seeing anything, it's tough because it's literally pitch black. You don't want to see like 5 feet in front of your face every time you're out there. But you hear some weird stuff going on because Jersey. I don't know if other states have it, but we have this whole like book series called like Weird New Jersey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So like in the Pine Barrens, there's I think it's like Devil's Hill or something like that, where you can like drive your car. It's almost like a complete 90-degree angle, but your car will go up instead of down. There's Apple Pie Hill where so many people like climb up this giant tower that's 215 feet high, where over like supposedly like 15 people have just committed suicide from like the 50s until now. You have I don't want to like this. I think it's called like Midgetville or something like that, where there's
Midgetville is 5 minutes from my house, right down the street from my house.
It's crazy.
Also,
supposedly
all that Devil's
stuff.
Devil's Towers right by my house. You're also talking about Gravity Hill. Gravity Hill is the hill that
Gravity Hill. Thank you.
It's aimed upwards. It looks like it's aimed upwards. Wait, it looks like it's aimed down. Whatever it is, but you're going the opposite direction of what you're supposed to be going.
Yes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you got like the Acco Ghost, which is like the big one around here, where you get like somewhat of like the Mullick River attached to that, which is the Pine Barrens, which everyone just uses as a whole. Like, I mean, Jersey's just got tons of those things.
Cal, me in saying that the woods is almost more like the Pine Barrens than anything else.
The what? You cut out when you said the first part. Something woods.
The woods in Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, that. But see, like, has there been any talk about alien abduction in the Pine Barrens?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty of UFO sightings when there's clearing.
So then that is the woods in Twin Peaks. That would be like the woods, yeah.
I remember when Blair Witch came out, I thought that was going to be like a weird play on the Jersey Devil, and because there was this whole thing with, I remember you guys were saying Mrs. Leeds with having the 12 children, having the 13, she did something with a witch or something like that. There's different stories and stuff like that, but I remember you guys were saying when he was born, he just flew out of the chimney, and the other story was he ate everybody in the family and the midwives and then flew out. But I remember the show back in like, it was on like Fox Family or something like that, where they supposedly went to the Pine Barrens and they found like the chimney and all that stuff and heard stuff in the treetops. But I think like Destination Truth did it too. That sci-fi other like thing. Yeah, Monster Quest did one. I don't remember the Comic Book Men one at all. And I like assume every time I think of Comic Men, they're just definitely like staging something weird out there. You know what I mean? They're just sitting in a little cubbyhole in the woods. But I definitely remember like the weird Fox Family ones and like finding the chimney and then like they're hearing stuff above them and just it cuts out.
So do you think it's real? Do you subscribe to?
Absolutely. It's like the weirdest thing. Like I went through books and books from like 6th grade to 8th grade. I had a moment where I didn't believe it at all. And then I think like in like 2002, something else happened where like this couple heard something. I don't know. I got to look it up again. But like, it's just weird because I think everything comes back because I grew up with him like being the mischievous, like, you look out your window and he's just sitting on top of your shed, just like banging a stick on your tin roof just to get your attention. And like he'd just go away, or like he would literally rile up your livestock and then just go away. It was just like a weird thing. I didn't ever hear anything like super crazy violent with him. It was always like a trickster, playing around, flying in front of your car at like 2:00 in the morning, just like in front of your headlights, or just stopping in the middle of the street so that you stop. And then you hear about like the crazier stuff with like the Midgetville's and stuff like that, where stuff gets pretty violent. Like I've never heard too many violent Jersey Devil stories. Just people like seeing it, being scared by it, or like it just like you hear like the weird things where it's just peeking in people's windows, like just eyes up, the yellow eyes that you guys were talking about earlier, just peeking in someone's window, scares you, it's gone.
Yeah, man, I want to have an experience with one. That's for sure.
Yo, and I was saying, like Kyle was saying, everyone go out to like the Pine Barrens for like a weekend, but it's scary because if you go to certain parts, it's literally just like walking in a circle and a circle and a circle. You could get lost for a while.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I've gotten lost in the woods many a times. Justin, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. This Pine Barren trip is sounding more and more.
We would need like GPS, and I would want a FLIR thermal imager as well. Those are two must-haves. I don't care about water and food and all that. I just want GPS and FLIR thermal imaging. That's it.
What's the cryptid budget like? You know what I mean? Because you gotta be able to. We gotta put this together.
We will start a Patreon to support
use a business card.
Yes,
I'll put that as a goal.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, I'll put that as
awesome.
a goal on Patreon.
People would do that.
We get enough.
People would back that.
Yeah, to get a good feel. I know I have some like devices that we could use that my friends have. I could get those, but none of us have a FLIR, and that's the one thing we're looking at getting. But they were so expensive that we never got it. But that's like a really good tool because depending on like the range you get of those. I
have a hatchet. It's really rusty, but it'll probably do something.
There's a camera store that sits. I'll probably let you rent one.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually.
So we can look into that. It sounds fun.
There's so much weird stuff out here too. Like not even if you maybe you don't see Jersey Devil, but there's like the Howling Woman. There's a lot of weird stuff, man.
Yeah, even if we just weren't finding the Jersey Devil, there's a lot of stuff we can find down there.
Yeah,
and like. I don't know. We went to Wizard World as a group, and that was like in Philly. This is like halfway, not really halfway between us, but it's in between both those destinations that everyone met at, kind of. That would be pretty cool to do. And like TJ's right from that area, like in that area, so that's not bad for him either. And he could probably guide us around and stuff.
No, don't put that all on me because I'll get us all lost in the middle of something. But I'll try really hard.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll seriously look at it. It all depends on timing because. We're not planning on being in New York much longer. We are planning on moving, so
also
see how that goes.
If we all wear New Jersey Devils jerseys, we're more prone to see one. We're more prone to see one.
This is Philadelphia Flyer territory here.
No, see, then you're going to be the one attacked. You're clearly going to be attacked.
Oh man, I'll take that.
Oh, you could be the bait then. You go up ahead in your Philadelphia Flyers jersey, and you'll get attacked by the Jersey Devil. We will blend in.
Red hair stands out in the middle of the woods. I got it.
Well, TJ, if anybody wants to continue the investigation with you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TJ Dex, or you guys can check out the YouTube. More content's coming, but Movie Squad there. And thanks for letting me call in, guys.
And TJ was on the most recent episode of Gamer Grudge as well. We don't want to tell you what happened. You got to check it out, but he fought pretty well.
Spoilers. Yeah, check it out, guys.
But thank you so much for coming, TJ, and for watching along, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too. Cal, I did have a question for you.
Yep.
Jin, does that mean we're including enCRYPTID and the like?
I guess so. Like, unless you want to split up, I guess we'll talk about that. But because I was saying about Aisha Kadisha and all that kind of stuff, so we'll figure it out.
Okay. I was just curious for what I was looking for, but that about does it for us. We already had Justin plug, but as a reminder, you can check out Digital Dice's stuff. It's featured on our channel right over here somewhere. I don't know. But it's over there. Just click on their stuff.
Come give us a
How
try.
where can everyone find you and stuff?
First of all, I just want to say I want to thank Justin for joining us tonight. It was a great addition, and he did a lot of research, and he sent us a lot of stuff. And I'm grateful for his passion for the subject, as well as all the subject matter that he's really into cryptids and stuff like that. So I want to thank him for being on and supporting us and sending us all the information that he did. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah, this has been great. It's been a great experience. It's my other love outside of gaming and nerd culture.
Yeah, we hope to see you in
us too.
another thing. If you have another passion that you find that we hit upon in a later episode, let us know.
Sure, will do.
So you could find me, the Jersey Devil, at Beer and Deja Vu. So the poll's up there currently. So check that out and vote and give us suggestions as well for future things to add to the poll and potentially see on the Wheel of Weird. You can find me on the latest episode of Gamer Grudge that TJ was just on, and then every week here doing enCRYPTID, and then on this coming Monday, we have Aftermath, where we're going to talk about Hell in a Cell, the SmackDown pay-per-view with Delisha, and then again next week we're talking about the Jin on enCRYPTID. So go Devils! Thank you for doing this episode because hockey season's starting. Get excited.
And as far as Odd Shape Channel is concerned, tomorrow we will be episode of our 1997 release of Fallout Let's Play. That's me and Randall playing the Fallout series for the first installment of the Fallout series for the first time. I have a little trouble with the mouse, but we get over it. And it's pretty much the quest for rope, and you will understand in a few episodes because. But you can tweet at us at not what I spelled there at Oddshaped Panel. I spelled that is somebody else, I assure you. So tweet at me there. You can check out oddshapedchannel.com for links to other guest creators who've been on the channel, an archive of all of our episodes, Oddshaped blog links. We got a lot of new fun content coming out, and as far as next week, we got Mormozone. We're lining up a guest still, but we will be releasing all that information soon. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching.
Oh, hold on. Putting it up now.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, guys.
It was good.
Bye.
Late.